Yeah, you see me in my bathrobe right now just because I just got out the shower. Had to, put on my white bathrobe so I can feel extra clean while giving this video recap of the season premiere of the game. So, it's been the much buzzed about show of 2011 so far, being that it's in its fourth season and has been off the air for 2 years. And just having that fan reaction when UPN decided to cancel it back in 2009 after its third season, it really speaks volumes on why good black sitcoms need to stay on the air. I know a lot of them do run its course at a given time or after certain seasons, but many fans felt like the storyline of the game wasn't over. Before I give you my recap, I want to tell you about my history with that TV show. I never wanted to watch one single episode of this show, mainly because I could watch it on MediaTakeout.com, Bossip.com, and all of these other black celebrity gossip websites. Not just watching the episodes online, because a lot of them do take the episodes and put them on their websites. I'm talking about similar stories. There's always a Kim Kardashian, Reggie Bush story, at least during those days. And whatever little drama that they was going through, Lala Vasquez and Carmelo Anthony, and all these other basketball groupies, baby mamas, wives, ex-wives, whatever. We all read them every day on these black gossip websites, on Media Takeout and Bossip and wherever else that post these stories. So when I keep hearing about the game and some of my girlfriends who watch the game on a regular basis or at every new episode, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I said, if I really want to know what the game is all about, I just read Bossip and Media Takeout. Well, over the holiday season, as this past holiday season, as BT and everyone else has been pumping up the return of the game, which was January 11th, last night, by the taping of this video. I made it a point to just watch at least a few episodes so I could really give my fair and honest opinion about watching the season premiere, because the season premiere watching was a plan, regardless of how many episodes I've seen. I must admit, though, I could not keep my eyes off of watching the show. The storylines were really good. The characters were very unique. And, of course it's somewhat stereotypical, but what it really does, it does take you very much on the inside that even Bossip and Media Takeout and Nicole Bitchy and all those other black gossip blogs can't really tell you. And it's just really interesting just how, the drama that goes on between the players, even though they could be best of friends, there's still that competition within the team. You get that in there, and then you have the women that are supporting them and just supporting them while the men deal with groupies, while the men deal with egos, while the men deal with all these kind of other pressures and devils, as well as the women having their own devils. And what really surprised me the most was how the people who put the storyline together would include not just, instead of a girlfriend of one of the players, they include the mother and made her a main character, which was a very interesting watch. So I ended up watching almost every episode of that show and really liked it. So kudos to BT for picking it up and all the fans that's been petitioning to get that show back on the air. So now, the first episode. It blew me away for the most part, especially with Tasha Mack's character. I'm sure everybody is talking about Tasha's makeout section with Wendy Raquel Robinson, who plays Tasha Mack, her makeout session with Terrence J, who plays Dante on there, but he's best known from 106 and Park on another show on BET. Well, I have to say, I can't wait to see that storyline develop. It was a little bit disappointing in a way, but being that it's an hour-long show or hour-long premiere, I would have expected a little bit more of a storyline between those two play. And let me get on Sheree. Okay, first of all, Dante's ex-girlfriend is Sheree from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And the funny thing about it was Sheree, who's trying to be this Oscar-winning actress, which will never happen in 5 lifetimes or 50 lifetimes. But it was just so funny. On her road to her Oscar, she gets like a 2-second cameo appearance on the game with her head facing, like how my head is facing you, so you don't even really get to see her face. And she probably said 4 words at most in the entire hour episode. And I'm sure she's not doing a return. I'm pretty sure. If I will correct myself if she does get more time, but I doubt it. So, so that part was funny to me. But also, just, the part where Dante's supposed to be this womanizer of older women, just from all the women that passed him up in the club, I thought that was kind of random. But, I mean, there's always room for growth in the storyline, so it doesn't matter. Let's see, Derwin and Melanie. I really like what's going on in their storyline. However, well, you've already written out the season, so I can't really tell you what to do at this point. But I hate this emotional swinging between those two. One episode, they're in love, or trying to get back in love. The next episode, they're fighting. I want to see an episode or two in a row where it's a lot of good stuff going on between them. And I mean, not just one good thing and then it's met with drama. I want, some really good more funny stuff than drama stuff with those two. It was getting to annoy me, I have to say, especially Melanie doing that DNA testing on the baby. I mean, I know it's TV, you want to make the dramatic situations even much more. However, it was kind of hard for me to watch, but it was a good thing that it happened. However, writers of that show and BET, I want to see more funny moments between the two than the dramatics. And let's see, who else? Malik. Malik. You know what? And before I taped this, I was going to say all great positive things about the game, but now that I'm thinking, Malik has been a womanizer for 3 seasons. Must he still continue to be a womanizer? Or, now with this new plot in his storyline about getting with the owner's girlfriend or wife, this could be very interesting. It could be one of 2 ways of predicting this. Either way, it's going to look pretty grim for him. Things are going to look pretty bad. It might really take him to a dark place because also, mind you, his mother, Tasha Mack, is the manager of his, I don't know, best friend or one of his teammates or, somebody he always hangs out with, Derwin, who's much more successful than him. And doesn't seem like Tasha is really trying to do much more for her son, but rather do more for Derwin. That's going to be kind of an interesting storyline right there. But Derwin's womanizing ways, I kind of wish it wasn't as pow-pow as it is. But, again, it's TV. So, I'm interested to see where that goes along. But, man, how he stabbed his boy TT in the back. I mean, this is his ace, his best friend, one-time assistant, somebody he helped to get his own business. Woo! That's some crazy shit. And I can't wait to see how that turns out because, I mean, TT was a ride-or-die friend. Ride-or-die, quote-unquote, brother. So it's going to be very interesting how that storyline turns out. I'm actually I would say between Tasha Mack and Malik's storylines, I'm the most interested. Now, Kelly and Jason Pitts. Man, I'll tell you this. While they did add some comic relief to the season premiere, it really seemed like their disconnect from the rest of the characters, which makes me wonder, there has to be some beef going on amongst the group with the white girl Kelly versus everybody else. She hasn't been in any promo interviews. She wasn't on the Wendy Williams show. She wasn't on the Monique show with the rest of the cast. She wasn't on certain other shows with the rest of the cast. Now, if I could see if it was herself and the guy who plays Jason Pitts being separated from the other four, because for those who don't know, Jason and Kelly's characters are just going to be recurring. They're not going to be the top billing like they once were, and that's because Brittany Daniel and whatever the other guy's name is, both of them are now regulars on other TV shows. But they will, for the sake of the fans and for the sake of the show, will continue their storyline as bitter divorces or divorcees, exes, whatever you want to call them. They will continue their storyline. I just find that, though, their storyline could be cut out of the game. Just mainly because their storyline is not really connected with everybody else's characters. I mean, each character have their own situations, but in some form or fashion, it always connects to another character, another main character. Like, you got Tasha Mack. She's connected to her son. She's connected to Malik and Melanie. Melly's connected to, of course, her husband and Tasha Mack. And what's his name? Derwin's connected to Malik, Tasha Mack, and Melanie. So it's really going to be interesting how recurring the Pitt storyline is going to be. I just find it unnecessary, but very entertaining. Very entertaining. Especially Kelly and her little sitcom. She's doing a reality show. So keep watching that. It's very good. I'm going to do a later posting about the other beats.